What's up guys, Luke here, and today we're doing something I haven't done in a while. Playing TrackMania. And in this case, we are playing TrackMania 2 Valley. Now you may remember a TrackMania United Forever Let's Play of mine. Quite a while back. Well, this is basically where they took the tried to take the franchise in a new direction. And it didn't really work. Basically what they've done is, instead of having all the integrated things, you know, like all the different biomes, for want of a better term, you know, the Arctic / Alpine, or whatever you wanted to call it, biome, the desert biome, the stadium biome, whatever. They sold them all separately, which to me seems rather counterintuitive. The whole fun of TrackMania United was that you got all these different things on their own. Not on their own, got them all together. But they charge you a reasonable amount to have all three of these, which seems to me like it's a bit off. So let's skip into these tracks. My VPN doesn't want to work and I can't be bothered to reboot the computer, so sue me. Now, TrackMania 2 as a result has flopped quite badly, but it's not a bad game. This is the problem. It's the marketing issues that have really killed it, and unfortunately they've also killed, for the most part, TrackMania United, and to a lesser degree TrackMania Nations Forever as well. Those games have got a much smaller community than they did before this one came out. Woo. Could do a longer track. So again, it's a good game, but it has... so you've got to buy all the ones separately. And what's even worse than this, in my eyes, is that you now have to pay for Stadium. Now, the whole point of Stadium is that the Stadium mode was TrackMania Nations. That's what got people into this game originally. Most people started out with TrackMania Nations when they released that the Sports World Championships, the Electronic Sports World Championships. But now you have to pay for it, and the biggest sin of all is that it's not actually different enough to TrackMania Nations Forever for it to actually be worth buying. I only bought these because they were on offer on the Steam sale, and I'm forgetting how to drive because it's been 20 days since I played this. And the thing is, I mean, whilst you've got these new biomes, you know, the valley and the canyon, they don't feel all that different in a lot of ways. They just feel like they're sort of combinations of your. I mean, Canyon is just desert. It's a massively improved desert, don't get me wrong, and the car physics are much better, but it's still just desert. This is a mixture of bay and island. To me, that's exactly what this is. But let's talk about the positives. The physics are much more interesting and intuitive. You've got gear shifting noises for the cars. That's sort of a little thing you didn't have before. There's damage models now, which is very nice. They're just cosmetic as far as I can tell, which is just as well, because obviously smacking into a wall at 300 kilometers an hour is quite likely to ruin your car. Just keep flying through the track. The graphics are improved, but I don't think they're improved that much. TrackMania United Forever's graphics really did stand up quite well to the test of time, and I don't think this was a massive advance on it. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're nice and all, but it's not a massive advance. There's not that much more in the track editor. There's little bits and pieces extra on top of what you got before, not really that much. And it's a sort of the same old formula. I think Nadeo took their foot off the ball with this, and I think they may never recover. Because TrackMania Nations Forever was massive. You know, you had 7 or 8 million registered players on that. which for a game that didn't have any real marketing is phenomenal. I don't know how big the original Nations was. Whoops. That was a big mistake. But it was pretty big. What's going to cost? How did I still get gold? Good grief. I want to improve that, because that was atrocious at the end. Let's play official. Let's get an official time. Well, that might confuse it, because the internet's not working with it properly. So the sounds are much improved in my opinion. Not just the fact that there's a shifter noise. I think they're a lot better than they were. The graphics are better, but not much, and not as much as I would like. But it really is the decision to sell these all separately that shot them in the foot, and the fact that they've tried to focus on the TrackMania and whatever titles as well. I mean, who's played that game? Seriously, I've never played it. I'm not aware of anyone who has played it. I've never really come across it on any forum, sort of screenshots of games. Whereas obviously, the TrackMania series has been well regarded for a long time. But I mean, as you can see, this car is very, very easy to drive. Let's focus on Valley for a moment. The car is very nice to drive. It has plenty of downforce, which you'd expect for something with this sort of body kit on it. It doesn't spin out of control horrendously. Yes, Coast Car, I'm looking at you. Apart from, of course, when I'm fucking up. But okay, let's just quit that. Let's go on to A11. No, I mean, unlike the Coast Car, I feel I can tell everything that goes wrong is my fault. I don't feel that I'm being screwed over like the Coast Car did, and the Coast was awful. That reminds me of the Coast. There are Coast elements in this as well. I mean, this does feel a bit coasty. Whoa, got that wrong. Very, very loose off there. The night effects are good, but again, not particularly beyond what United Forever offered. And remember, that's not a new game, and that wasn't high budget either. Let's see, is that going to give me gold? Not quite. Okay, fine. We can do the gold. The engine sounds definitely nice. Is this the best of the games? The TrackMania 2 games? I don't know. I enjoy Canyon, and I enjoy this. I would probably not recommend getting TrackMania 2 Stadium, you know. You may as well get Nations Forever. There's still a bigger community for that than there will ever be for TrackMania 2 Stadium, unless they make TM2 free to play in any way. That's the gold medal being mine. Wasn't far off the author's time. The authors were 28.6, wasn't it? Doesn't say. 21.5, so I'm going to be what? Oh, I see. It's showing author's time as being the same as the gold medal. That's a bit confusing. I mean, these pieces are obviously very familiar. They're straight from the coast. Apart from the fact that they've got the green on the sides or whatever. These default tracks are nice. Nadeo have always been good at making the default tracks and giving them some unique features. I just absolutely owned the gold time there. Slowly creeping up in the world. Again, you can see there's only 40,000 players showing up there, which is tiny compared to what United Forever had. It really is. A bit of flickering going on there, but I can't tell you if that was caused by my recording software or not. I don't think I've tried to see whether this is... I'm stupid. I don't think I've ever tried this with a wheel. I know the United Forever didn't work at all with the wheel properly. And I've used several different wheels with that game. It's never worked properly with any of them. And this is from low budget up to my Fanatic. Well, that's a helpful message, isn't it? New connection. Somebody is now connected. Should probably break that corner. Whoops, that was fairly piss poor. I do enjoy this game. As much as I'm slamming Nadeo, it's Nadeo I'm slamming. The game is good, but it's not great. And if they put the games together like they should have done, and if I could learn how to drive, then it would have been probably a great game, and there would be a much bigger community. I know some people don't like the newer physics model. I'm quite happy with it, although the fact that the cars are very twitchy when you start getting on the grassy stuff doesn't sit quite so well with its arcade past, or whether it's still technically considered arcadey by Nadeo, I don't know. I would consider it to be very much an arcade game, so things like that are a bit amiss. Wait! That end. Ah, kidding me, right? What do I have to get gold? 32.8, what did I get? Ugh! I'm gonna find it in the second half. This could be fun. I think I know where to get it, but... There's a large chunk of where I lost time. But we're still ahead there. So I think it was where I bounced off the wall a bit. Got through there alright. Well, fuck. This one may take a little longer. Let's see, where shall we line up the car? Ooh, got a little boost there. I am a fan of these new physics. I like the old ones. These ones are also good. They take a little bit of getting used to, but what gets me though is that on some of the servers I go on, you know, you get sort of number 2 in South America. That's an odd thing that they did, was that they differentiated, instead of X in the world showing up, what you actually see is where they are in the continents, which I find to be odd and really not helpful. Because, yes, the guy who is second in South America, what does that mean? Where does he equate to with other people? Because for all I know, he could be 10,000 in the world, and I would have no way of knowing. And I really need to learn how to do that corner. Also, that silver metal plate at the back of my car does look a lot like the Meccano. That's a bit weird. Whoa. Yeah, I think Nadeo had a good game here, they just did not execute it as well as they should have done. And because of the marketing decisions, and it is entirely the marketing department's fault, it suffered, and I don't think the company will ever recover. Unless they manage to pull off another nation-type stunt. Because, I mean, let's be honest, how many people had heard of TrackMania before TrackMania Nations? I know I haven't. My dad pointed it out to me. This is going to be a nice long one. The tracks are good. I'm not getting too infuriated by them, but then these are the initial tracks, the earlier, easier ones. Though I'd definitely say they've stepped up the difficulty in those from TrackMania United Forever, which is good. But you can't say that no one will have played this without having played at least Nations Forever, because this is on Steam. So of course a lot of people have picked this up in Steam sales and probably then been really disappointed just how lackluster the community is for this, because most people just stuck with Nations Forever or just left. Nations Forever was beginning to wane before this came out, because it was no longer a new game. There was still a good community to it, but it was definitely on the way out. And I think this sort of killed it, because a lot of people were sort of initially moved to it and then been very depressed at just how poor this game is in comparison, in terms of what it offers for your money. If you're getting it on the Steam sale, it is worth it. If you're paying only, £3 or whatever it was I spent on each bio, then it's worth it. You may as well get the lot. But when they're sort of 10-15 quid for each one, you're better off buying United Forever if you can find a copy, or just playing Nations, in all honesty. But yeah, got that going wrong. All sounds are straight from United Forever and Nations Forever. Who knows, they may be older than that. I do own, I think it's TrackMania Original. That's nice. Gold medal 158. Can do that. But I've never actually been able to play it because my Optiplex wasn't strong enough to run it at all. It just wouldn't. And unfortunately, by the time I had bought it, only did not work on Windows 7, which I didn't research, but that's not really an issue. My Pentium 4 system was dead, so I'm pretty sure it's not going to run on my HP Vectra PC, which I will film a video of when I get my new camcorder, because I've ordered the Sony Handycam. Hopefully that will come in perfect working order. Didn't spend that much on it. It's one of those that will record to a memory stick duo, which comes with an 8GB one, and on those 8cm DVD-RW discs. So that's nice. I don't intend to get any of the DVD-RW discs, at least. I mean, if someone gave them to me, I'd have them, but I'm not going to pay for them, because as much as I like having odd things, very little justification for that, in all honesty. Although it would be interesting to see just how well they burn with my DVD burner, or even my Blu-ray burner. Nailed that bit, but I'm still losing time. I'm not certain I'm going to do this. Just about staying up. Oh, that was a good sector. Oh, inches away from the wall. That's how you do this. Yeah, go quiet as I concentrate, because I'm trying to wring every last bit out of that car. Take that! Nice. 155. Let's try an official time, because I enjoyed that track. Hopefully I won't balls this one up totally. Let's see. Awesome if we could get under the 155s. Woo! Try not to take... I get so distracted by my own ghost. I wish I could remember to actually turn it off each time. Lost a little bit of time, that's fine by me. Keep it out of the wall, it's the main thing. These tunnels are a bit weird. What's with the red stripes? Well, I'm assuming it's based on something, but I wouldn't know what that was. All that bit of its Frenchness creeping in. It's very much a French thing to do, to completely self-destruct your franchise. As a smaller company, but let's be honest, that's not restricted to French companies. Look at how many Japanese or American companies have done the same. Whoa, that's tight. We've gained a lot through that sector though. Whoa. Blue arrows pointing up. Checkpoint. There's a lot of lens flare type things as well. That seems a bit weird. I am flying now. Please, please, please don't screw it up. Oh no, I did. Slightly. Hear the engine slow down a bit. What's the time? It's going to cost me all the way through here. Oh man. Getting really, really tense now. Oh ho ho. Oh, got that wrong as well. I'll be trying a little too hard. The gap is shrinking. I'm still going to win. Oh yeah, 154. I will take that. That's 60 points gained. Again, you can see how few people actually bother to do that. I don't tend to. It's also quite well hidden, which is a mistake. Let's see if any of these are at all possible for me. DO1. Of course, if you want to really confuse yourself, then try and enable all of the ghosts. One weird thing I did notice before I reinstalled this computer is that this game did used to completely mess up the sound if I ever tabbed out of it into, say, Chrome. So I would normally play a game like this in windowed mode. I don't know if that's an issue with the game though. Please comment if it is. It could literally just have been my computer being messed up like it was before. This track's good. What? Oh, bollocks. Got that wrong. I haven't played this since I reinstalled Windows until now, and I'm not playing it in windowed mode. So you can watch this in full 1080p, and bloody hell, that was awful. Normally I play it in about 1600 by 900-ish, depending on how much I stretched the window or didn't. Such a nice drift. Oh, whoops. Kissed the wall just a little too much, I would say. Windmills are fine. They're animated, but fairly simple. It's hard to say where this is sort of set. Rural France, maybe, which would fit, given that that's obviously where Nadeo is from, so they would know what, at least in theory, what rural France looked like. Could also see it sort of being somewhere like Belgium or Netherlands, or even perhaps, you know, Italy or Austria. Perhaps I could see it being set there. And oh fuck that up! Look at the glass fly off. Maybe here a while. Video might be quite long actually. There's usually a couple of populated servers on multiplayer, but they're rarely big servers. I think I've played sort of 10, 15 is about the limit, and that was just awful running. I wonder what this would be like with my 360 controller. I actually yet to properly use that on the computer. I've used it a lot playing Forza 2. I will bring you a video of that at some point. Just because I love that game. Absolutely addicted to it. Drift. Roads are quite narrow as well. I mean, they're basically about 2.5, maybe 3 cars width. Not a lot of room for error. And they base the lane size on this car. Now, what I would find interesting though is if they made TrackMania where you have the biomes, you also use all the different cars on each biome sometimes. I think that would be quite nice. I know that's not the way TrackMania's ever been set up, and shouldn't have got stuck on that signpost. It would be nice if some of the objects were flattenable, like signposts. You know, if you hit them hard enough, you would damage them. Whoa, I got that wrong. It would be nice. That's never been a TrackMania thing, and I can live with that. Particularly, again, as I said, it's an arcade game. It should be silver, I don't know if I've got gold. No. Again, who's connected? That doesn't help. Yes. Ooh, 6 seconds. That could be fun. It's easily findable. As long as I keep... Yeah, as long as I keep fucking up, that's clearly going to find me time. I meant to say was, as long as I don't fuck up. Show your ghost. No. Choose opponents. None. All that's doing is distracting the shit out of it. Right. I also wish the mouse would stop being so visible for so long, but I can't really complain too much. That's me being picky. That was a very poor line indeed, and somehow I gained time for it. Didn't really need to graze that much on the wall. This is fairly consistent, isn't it? Pretty much the same speed I was doing last time. Whoa! Easy tiger. Since I reinstalled my computer, it is running a lot better, and there are quite a few games that I did do before I couldn't actually do properly. You know, Goat Simulator, for example. that video had to be in 720p because I've been in 1080p roughly. Well, let's give up on this for now. Let's go and try something else. Can't do those. Need a gold medal all previous laps. Let's go on this one. Yeah, I mean, Goat Simulator now works in 1080p, for example. I do wish those crosses would stop flashing into places. Whoa, there's a bit of lag there. Running about 45 to 50 frames per second whilst recording, which is pretty typical for most things when I'm collapsing them. A lot of them go down to 30, so that's fine by me. I can live with it. It's not too much screen tearing. I'm one of those people who doesn't like motion blur, so I disable it even when I'm not recording. Ooh, this is confusing. Not too many ultra maze-like maps on these default ones. Some of the maps are absolutely crazy. In fact, I'll probably go and see what we've got in my collection after this race. There we go, that's the finish. What medal have I got? There we go, straight to goal. It's not too hard to get high medals on the default tracks, but it is set up that way. I can't see. Local plate, there we go. Downloaded. That's not helpful. I got a gold medal in that before. Wet fart noises. It's easy if you know the way. That one reminds me of one that really infuriated me. That's a canyon map. I played canyon maps in this. That's interesting, actually. Can I play canyon maps in this? Because that is a canyon texture pack, certainly. I mean, obviously now we're sat here downloading. It's a good job that I'm not at home, because this would take forever. But author's time. This is about 60 frames per second in the menu, which is what I'd expect. But it's definitely... This is a mazy map. That background. So canyon mod, so there is a canyon mod for this, so obviously... Oh yes, I do remember this one now. And I'm pretty sure this wasn't the way I was supposed to go, but maybe it was. Yes, I remember exactly what's going on there. Okay, so what you basically got to do is go left or right, and then go down this bit. Although I don't actually remember it in the canyon mod necessarily. I don't think I ever got... Well, obviously I didn't get it, so maybe the server wasn't using that, I don't know. As you can see, I have done this before. Whoa. Just kept it level. But, as you can see, this is roughly what canyon looks like. It's not saying that was a pretty piss poor run. But that's just one of the modded tracks that I happen to have on here. What have we got? Water Village, that sounds interesting. Got gold on it, it's always nice. Made by a Canadian. We've got the sort of the whatever currency it is, coppers I think it is. These maps are, these trees are straight out of the rally one, so there's that in there in this one as well. These light effects are interesting. It's always boggled my mind just what some people can do. I remember this because I was the fastest on the server when I did this in the first couple of sectors. Obviously I'm not going to match that now because I've raced this track for a while and that was a silly error. Looking at there are plenty, so basically these new biomes are just mishmashes of other ones. This one's pretty much all of the biomes, to be honest, apart from Stadium and Canyon, or as it was known, Desert or whatever they call it. So we got that. No point doing that, so I think we'll finish off this track and just sit here and wait. The loading times aren't too bad. This is just coming off a standard hard drive. You get the little bit of pause, but So, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, and if you are new to my channel, please subscribe. And I appreciate all support, and I have no idea where I'm going, but yeah, that's the very far. So I hope to see you here in the very near future. Have a good day, ladies, gentlemen, and anyone who is not classified themselves as nobles. Even bronies, yes, even you are a good day. How am I supposed to clear that? So, as we finish at 55 frames a second, woo! Free boy. So, have a good day, guys.